Alright, welcome back to the Doomfall Dynasty. This is episode 5. I was about to say, look at that perfect split with the nobles, and then Master Blitzky had to join and make it absolutely uneven. Welcome in. This is a recurring roleplay dynasty with, as you might see, all 5 regions. So it's a modded RP dynasty. What does that mean? How does this work? You might ask. Well, why is it an RP dynasty? First of all, RP because I believe that trying to roleplay your nobles is something that can add to the fun. So, for instance, I do roleplay my monarchs, and I sometimes, a lot of times, make suboptimal decisions that sometimes, a lot of times, end up killing me. I encourage you to do the same, so create a character for yourself, imagine a lineage, a house, a noble house, and then try to roleplay as that character in the council. You can do that both here in chat and on our Discord server that you can find at the link that's going to be in chat in just a few seconds. So yeah, you're encouraged to do it. Wow, what perfect timing. I didn't even know that the message was actually popping up. I was just hoping that somebody would use the command. Well, that's perfect. So that's why RP. We do like some roleplay here. It is also recurring. This is episode number 5. We started in year 948 and it is now year 976. A lot has happened. It is a heavily modded game, as you might see. So 5 regions. First of all, there's going to be custom events with custom texts for some events. There are going to be custom portraits. Some NPCs are going to have names, and then we have ways to alter the kingdom's stats. In this dynasty in particular, we're doing some experimentation, and we're lowering the maximum caps of some of the stats after each game. And we're changing the stats as the episodes go by. Why are we doing that? Well, there is a narrative reason. Part of an RP dynasty is me writing a premise, right? Changing the story that is the background of King of the Castle to create an interesting starting point to explore different themes. In this dynasty, this is a shorter dynasty than we usually do. We usually play for 10 to 12 episodes. This is going to be a 5 to 7 episodes, and this is episode 5, so it could end tonight. In this dynasty, we are exploring what happens if the kingdom is going towards an impending doom and an apocalypse. So, to make it short, there's an entity, an ancient, forgotten entity that is sleeping right below the kingdom and is now about to awake. And when it wakes up, it's going to engulf the kingdom and the whole world in flames and probably spell the end of the world. Who knows? Ancient prophecies tell us about this entity called Sleeping Ember Veiled in Smoke, in short, Sevis. And it tells us, though, these old stories also tell us how this entity can be stopped. And that is via a number of rituals. So if you head over to our world anvil, probably somebody's going to paste a link in chat in a moment to the background info, you're going to be able to see that there are some common quests and some regional quests. So the regions have a way to try to save themselves, caring nothing for the rest of the kingdom, or the nobles can work together and try to save the whole kingdom. The nobles have been working together a lot in this dynasty, and you are now just one quest away from saving the kingdom, and you can achieve it tonight. That quest is called Survive the Afflictions. What are the afflictions, you might ask? Well, the afflictions are some narrative changes, some catastrophes that have been striking the kingdom between episodes at the death of every monarch, and that also have some gameplay impact, right? So narratively, some bad things happen and keep happening. So for instance, we have our rivers boil intermittently, killing fish and making them uncrossable sometimes, and ruining our crops. Our crops, sometimes, a lot of the crops, when we reap them or when we pick our fruit, they just turn to ash in our hands. When people utter prayers to entities that are not Sebis, sometimes they start burning from the inside and shrivel and die. And the latest one was chasms opening up all across the kingdom. Earthquakes and chasms opening up that allowed sulfurous gases, noxious gases, to come out of the earth. So the kingdom is stricken by a bunch of plagues, basically, a bunch of afflictions. And those afflictions, each episode, they lower the stats of the kingdom. So let us see how the latest affliction changed the stats this time. Let me see first what people are saying in chat, in case I missed something. Ares has been fan, hello and welcome in. Thank you for joining. And AI Seeker, welcome in as well. Thank you for joining. Yep. So, yeah, the kingdom kind of stinks like a rotten egg. Yeah, I would say that's the case. So, let's see what happened in the kingdom. Welcome to the new state of the kingdom here. This affliction hit pretty hard. This affliction wasn't nice. This affliction wasn't nice. So the cracked earth. Yeah, the cracked earth affliction hit the kingdom all across the board. And there is a reason for that. Once the cracked earth affliction starts, all other afflictions intensify. Alright? So as you might see, authority and stability have been lowered by 1, trade has been lowered by 2, and every other stat has been lowered by 1. Cracks like chasms opening. Gorgeous opening up. What even are your current caps? Well, your current caps are 7 all across the board. 7 across the board. Maximum cap for all stats, including authority and stability, is 7. So yeah, if you don't do it tonight, it's gonna get harder and harder to do it. Alright? Just gonna let you know that. So. Yeah, exactly. You have one job tonight. Raise the military of the patricians and keep everything else from going to hell. Alright? So, now that we've taken a look at the practical things, let's take a look at the narrative things, and let's quickly read the summary from last episode. Yeah, you also have to keep it at above 3. Soul Dragon. So, previously, on the in the Doomfall Dynasty, during the reign of Monarch Zilma the Inquisitor, who ruled from 973 to 975. Stern elder of the Nazarene house, Grandi Zilma is shocked by the kingdom's growing heresy. Sleeping ember this, rituals that, in the face of the Nine's warnings, the so-called afflictions. While paganism corrupts even the greatest cathedral, Zilma reaches out to old friends in the Inquisition and arranges for the public burning of Monarch Lumi. The ensuing affliction, which consumes utterers of prayers, convinces the new monarch that great deeds must urgently replace hollow words. A realm-wide inquisition is launched. With the council's ambivalent support, Zilma fights off those who contest the church's primacy as the kingdom's savior. They crush a sorcerer's eastern cult in battle. Ban marcher golems. The chiefs prophesize the coming of a Lord Render who will cast down the tyrant in Morgana's name, while the counts plot to have a demon possess the ruler. In response, missionaries are sent to all corners of the realm. The kingdom seems stable and faithful, but Zilma knows the North and the March are seething from their interventions, and the Inquisition cannot measure up to these regions' armies. Bribes and costly team-building exercises are brought in to appease the tensions, but eventually the chiefs invite Zilma to celebrate with them the latest victory over the cults, as a show of reconciliation. But this is a trap. God Speakers seize Zilma, the Inquisitor, and slice their throat in the name of Lord Render Bjarne Yenna. The Grandees' use of force to impose their faith on their rivals had emboldened others to do the same. Cracks appear in the kingdom, metaphorically and literally, as the harshest affliction to date hits the land. But should the realm weather this turmoil, doom may yet be averted. This is what happened previously on the Doomfall Dynasty. Please give a big round of applause to Darwish Lurs for providing this. I was absolutely not capable of writing a summary for this episode, so thank you so much, Lurks. Thank you so much for coming to the rescue and providing this. Please, 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 give a big round of applause, please. This Lurks has really been a savior this time around. Thank you so much, Lurks. Thank you. I truly mean it. So, while, yeah, you do the clapping. You do the clapping, and I'll use that time to check what chat was saying. Of course Vaspir, you know me at this point. Dr. Lion of Komare, welcome in, and thank you so much for joining. How you doing? Sparse, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Oh, you rolled your traits. What did you get, Ace? Hyena, of course I can show your portrait. There you are. Bold, hiding your boldness. 5 stars. Thank you, Electri. Hope Lurks appreciates. Skeletal, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Thanks again, Lurks. Thank you. I'll give 2. Oh, you can find it on Discord, Skeletal. Don't worry. Outcast and resentful? Oh my god. Oh my god. That's a good combination. So Kane, there you are. A little unhappy Grandy here. Thank you kindly, my liege. My estate fares well. That sounds lovely. You might be one of the few estates to fare well these days. Thank you so much for the follow, Ace. Hope you won't be too resentful. Doing 5 minutes has been late because I had to chauffeur a certain someone. I was wondering. Slippery is coming closer. As Doom grows closer, she and Susie have grown apart. Oh, shit. Alright. She was that bold after pledging true loyalty to Sylvius. Oh my god. Why would the Nazarene house be unhappy? I can think of a few reasons. Alright, so. I would say... Oh, we have one more portrait to show. That's Fassbier. Let's get us a little... Oh my god, I'm blanking on the name. What's this expression called? Give me names for this expression, please. God, you look so tired, Fassbier. Depresso. Dour is a good word, yes. Alright, let us begin the reign of King Bjarne with the coronation. Is that what we do? Lurks, do not connect the dots here, please. Not on my head, at least. Not yet. Let's start with the coronation. Your Majesty, that was quite the show you put on in the north. You made a strong first impression. You forgive me if I say it was not a positive one. Oh god, Isaac. I love Isaac. I love this Chancellor so much. It's just... Writing lines for this Chancellor has been so fun. Yeah, they're so tired. I'd like to commend Isaac for surviving this long. Right? It's insane, right? I think we should just let them be monarch at this point. Isaac is so done, yes. The sassy goat, yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, so, I mean, if Isaac ends up surviving the dynasty, I'm honestly gonna be surprised. Your Majesty, that was quite the show you put on in the north. It made a strong first impression. You'll forgive me if I say it was not a positive one. Would flee the curse if you tried to put them on the throne? Probably. Probably. Seeing how long monarchs usually last before they're murdered horribly? Yeah. But whatever I may think, it's the nobles you'll have to convince to work with you and not against you. And I doubt you'll be able to use that same persuasion method with each member of the council. Yeah, sacrificial stabbing, you know. No monarch ever replaces them because they're the only one who knows the recipe for the good cookies. This is not Ted Lasso. Come on. I think that people just recognize that they are a stabilizing force at court, you know? Yeah, 3 monarchs in 4 years. So, what do we want to answer here? I only did what I had to do. What I had to was Valtor's hand that guided mine. Or, I don't care for your opinion, Chancellor. Let's get this over with. Or, all I did was cut loose the ballast that was drowning the kingdom. I've saved us all. Oh. Not actually sure. Not actually sure here. They're the one who knows how things work and valuable because of it, and also so done with everything to be very truthful. Yep. You like the answers, Lurks? Yeah, this was the edited events you'll see are all my work. The portraits, instead, they're all Vaspir. So everybody contributes a little bit, right? Morgrim did a lot of work. I have to apologize to Morgrim for putting her through so much work. I swear. I'm gonna be way more cognizant of what I ask you to do in the future. So yeah, Morgrim inserts the edits, changes names, changes the stats, changes events and schemes, and Morgrim does so much. But yeah, Vaspir does a little, and I do a little. I think I'm gonna go with the first one. I only did what I had to. It was Valtor's hand that guided mine. Well, let's hope Valtor had our best interest at heart then, because I cannot quite see how what you did helps us right now. Shall we call the nobles in? Oh, and one last thing. Don't get too comfortable around here. Turnover is pretty high in your role. Who was it who was saying 3 monarchs in 4 years? Yeah, Isaac noticed, and they are so done with this shit. They're so done with this shit. They don't care anymore. They don't care. They're like, what are you gonna do? Kill me? Fine. The world is ending anyway. At this point, I'm so done. I'm trying to save the kingdom, and y'all keep stabbing each other to death and accelerating the apocalypse. I am done. I'm gonna say everything that crosses my mind. Don't get too comfy. Let's continue. So, what is this going to be? You know, these all look great. These all look absolutely great to me. These all look great. I kind of want to have a northern ceremony here. I know what you'll want. Yeah, I want a northern ceremony here. But it's up to you to decide. My dear nobles of the council, first vote of the night, go ahead and choose how you want the coronation to happen. Yeah, exactly, Amy. Yeah. You do have military ceremony, and it's D. Chancellor position is safe while monarch position isn't. Yeah. World may be ending, but I have a mansion and a title now, so everything's turning my way, I feel. If the world doesn't end. Oh, what? Wait. Oh my god. We have a tie between the river and the military ceremony? Somebody please break the tie. Somebody please break the tie. Oh my god, 10 to 9 for the military parade. Counting down from 5. 4, if you have not voted, this is the time. 3, 2, 1, and 0. Alright, military ceremony it is then. Welcome back, everybody. Apologize for the disruption there. I was so silly, so naive to think that getting home internet would allow me to defeat the frogs once and forever. You know, it's not how that works. What I was saying before the interruption here was, I think that Bjarne would be the kind of guy to fall face first in a puddle, get up, completely dirty, look around at the crowd, watching in stunned silence, and just burst out laughing. You know, he would just burst out laughing and make a joke of this, instead of getting angry or being serious and grumpy, you know? So yeah, that's probably how it goes. Alright. We back, right? We had him in the river to clean up. Let's take a look at the council introduction here. You did it! You seized the throne! The prophecy has come true! Lemon Square, thank you. We back, awesome, thank you. Now just remember who helped you take the throne. You answer to us. Got it? I think it's this. I mean, there's a reason why I wrote this. I think that this... I wanted to leave me the other options open too, but I think that this is just so much Bjarne. Valtor put me on the throne, not you. That's the only lead I will follow. Well, if you put it that way, your greatness, just reminding you where your loyalties lie. Now introduce yourself to the rest of the council, but don't forget what I told you today. Okay? Oh yes, it was indeed the prophecy. Let's start with the barons. Astral, hello. Hail, my liege. Our armies cannot move freely. Hail, my liege. Our armies cannot move freely around the kingdom anymore. Major roads are now blocked by deep canyons. We need to build more roads and restore our defensive capabilities. Amarith, welcome me in. Of course you're pissed off. You cannot even move your armies. You cannot play with your little toy soldiers. Business like in Glossiper, that sounds like a perfect patrician. I think you mean bridges. Both things. Both things. Let's go with the patricians here. Help us, your esteemed highness. Our cities are not safe. Cracks in the ground split houses apart and fumigate our people. Please tell me you have a plan. AI Seeker, welcome in to the council, thank you. I mean, I do have a plan, don't worry about it. Do not you worry. Let's go with the counts here. Sora! An honor to finally make your acquaintance, your majesty. Large chasms have cut off some of our more secluded castles and manors. They need assistance, or they'll soon begin starving. It's good stuff. Yes, twice in a row, right. This, by the way, is a reference to what Bonkle wrote in their lore. Yeah, and what Soul just established in chat right now. So it's more than one. And finally, let's face the grandees. Tialis, Tialis the Bold. The constant earthquakes are damaging our churches, and the noxious fumes rising from the ground are smothering our crops. I hope you're happy, your majesty. You have another sassy one. They aren't starving already? Almost. Almost. What they mean is they'll finish the peasants. I mean, the peasants will starve and so will the nobles. I hope you're happy, your majesty. And with that, the introductions are done. I feel the grandees might be just a tiny bit sour here. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices. Meanwhile, what do you think? Will he be good little king and do as he's told? Too early to tell, but I have a bad feeling we should have a backup plan just in case. Alright. True thing, Vaspir. Path to victory. Please welcome in Spymaster Whist. Spymaster Whist. Another custom portrait by Vaspir. I think this one is pretty fucking cool. I like it. I really like it. Welcome back, Blitzky. That might be what happened, Lurks, yes. Oh, what? Yeah, the dialogue didn't shift. Well, I read you the dialogue that I had planned for this one. So the edited dialogue should have been: Your Majesty, profound cracks risk tearing the kingdom apart. We have to do our best to mend those rifts before it's too late. See how conciliatory Whist is? Profound cracks risk tearing the kingdom apart. We have to do our best to mend those rifts before it's too late. How do you intend to do just that? Oh, this one flipped. And I think so. Let me introduce you, Bjarne. Let me tell you who Bjarne is here. So what do we know about Bjarne? Bjarne, I think... Oh, definitely more grim. Yeah, 100%. Bjarne is the king, Lemon. Bjarne, I think, was born and raised as the chosen one. The autistic frog, welcome in and thank you so much for the follow. One more frog in the channel, why not? How you doing? So Bjarne was probably, feel free to join at any point. Was born and raised as the chosen one, right? I imagine the prophecy working something like this. Like, every few years a kid is born and they're identified as a chosen one, right? Like, I have the feeling that the chiefs would have like a bunch of kids who might all be the chosen of Valtor, and they are kind of raised in a very specific way. And then when a specific moment comes, only one of them is revealed to be the true chosen one, right? So I think that Bjarne was selected at a young age, and probably lived a very dedicated life just to that. Like, he was trained to be the chosen of Valtor. He breathes northern folklore. Hello, would anyone like to defect to my kingdom? No, absolutely not. But thank you for the offer. Yeah, frogs are absolutely an inside joke here. Yeah, frogs are the enemy. Are the enemy of my internet connection. So yeah, imagine Bjarne as somebody who has lived a very different life than most chiefs, right? And I think that because of that, Bjarne strongly believes in prophecies and foretelling the future in general, right? So any kind of prophecy or future telling is something that is likely to have an effect on him. Aside from that, I think he's kind of a serious person most of the time, but also knows how to have a laugh. You know, like, I think he goes from 0 to 100 very quickly. He's not the kind of person who makes a lot of small jokes, like, tends to be very, very serious most of the times, and then just, you know, has sudden bursts of laughter, like we saw. So he does have a sense of humor, compared to Zilma, who had absolutely zero sense of humor. He's just very intermittent with it. Yeah. What else do we know? I don't think we know much else about him. He's obviously a very decisive person. Yeah. And I think that the rest is going to be revealed as we go. Yeah. So what does Bjarne want to do? Oh, you did turn the eyebrow blue, Vaspir. Damn you. Do we know what they did? How they gained the noble's acceptance to take the throne since the blood sacrifice? I think it just took it by force. You know? And accepted to convert to Nyantheism to take the crown. So I think there wasn't much of a discussion there. It was like, okay, I'm the king now. And there was no true opposition to be offered. Yeah, possibly moved fast enough to get enough of a claim that the other nobles will, so if we kill him, do we get any affliction? That's a good point, right? That's a good point too. In regards to game canon, the Northern Monarch has to join the church for excommunication to work. Yeah, I know. As I said, he converted. At least formally. But the Grandies have been basically attacked someone during the last 2 years. The March for the North, what? Very little negotiation, more everyone was so shocked and caught off guard they had power before people could react. Yeah, pretty much. And I think that the way that Bjarne is going to present himself to the kingdom is by saying, I am going to solve this. I'm going to save the kingdom. Don't worry. I'm going to make things better. I'll be the architect of a new golden age. This will be the start of a new period of prosperity for the kingdom, right? Yeah. That's how he presents himself. Yeah, exactly, Vesper. A lofty goal indeed. I suggest for the next few years, you focus on improving the kingdom's overall trade. Blah, blah, blah. Alright. Let's end the season. And meet our claimants. Who's it going to be? Lavinia, of the Maito bloodline, steadfast marcher general, stands before a blazing hearth, roaring with arms outstretched. Well, yeah, see, this is probably the only the one general who was like, we need to act now. The chiefs are marching towards the capital, and if we mobilize fast enough, we can stop them. We have enough forces. And then probably the other generals were hesitant, and a canyon appeared on one of the main roads, and then they got delayed, you know? And then that didn't happen. But yeah. Good stuff. And Mekaina from the March's side. Lavinia Mekaina. When have the Barons of the March backed down from a fight? Never, except a few months ago. I know they'll do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful queen, on the throne. Barons of the March, what do you want to do to overthrow King Bjarne? Do you want to modernize the army, trying to lower other people's military? Do you want to use propaganda, trying to lower stability? Or do you want to accrue gunpowder, trying to lower authority? Barons of the March, vote now. Boom! Simple Coffee voted. Maito voted. Komari Kitsune voted. Simple Coffee. Komari. Astral, where are you? Marid and Aroace. Boom, everybody voted. It's propaganda in the end. There was no vote on propaganda and now it won. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. The Barons plan to persuade the population that only a charismatic general can protect them. First, the common folk must be afraid. To advance their scheme, the Barons must lower stability to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Well, having the common folk afraid, it's gonna be easy. Veleda of the skeletal... Look at that scar. Of the skeletal recondition clan. Sinister Herald of the Old Wazzy. Stands precariously in a longhouse crossbeam, spitting as they speak. Well, that's good. Sinister Herald of the Old Wazzy. That's a title. That's a title, oh my god. Morgana is with us. Bjarne now sits the throne and the chiefs are in charge, but the other regions will already be scheming to depose him. Do we stay loyal to the new king or cut our losses and put me on the throne instead? What do you want to do, chiefs? Do you want to be a loyalist and try to aid the king? Do you want to use subterfuge trying to lower stability? Or do you want to start an uprising trying to raise the treasury? Chiefs of the North, vote now. Sinister Herald or Old Wazzy. I mean, if you anagram Old Wazzy and then change the Y to an I and the W to a V, and you remove the O, and then you change the L to an E, and then the D to an S, and then you switch it around, it becomes Sevis. You know? It's pretty much the same thing. Won't do the same mistake. Loyalist it is. Look at that. We had 2 insurgents. But no, it is loyalist. That settles it then. Long live the king. May he bring glory to Morgana. But we can always change our minds. If Bjarne never gets out of line, we can rebel. So you gotta help me out. Yeah, put that hat on. Ricimer of the Dr. Lion of Komare Dynasty. Sinister Eastern bird breeder. Leans delicately on a podium, speaking in a melodious voice. Like that of a songbird. Ah, yes, yes. Oh, please do, Amy. My fellow counts, in ancient times, this was its own proud kingdom. We can bring back this days of glory, but not while the false King Bjarne wears the crown. Counts of the East, what do you want to do to put this bird breeder on the throne? Do you want to use sorcery, trying to raise authority? Do you want to offer the king ascension and lower your own faith? Or do you want to possess the king, trying to lower your own defiance? What is it going to be, counts? Counts of the East? Counts, where are you? Vote counts. He ascended to our estate's grand aviary since he could walk? What? What kind of birds? What kind of birds? Tell me. What do we have here? We have Katori, we have Soul Dragon, Sora, It's Chupa, and Dr. Lion. So probably Katori and Soul Dragon are missing. Oh my god, it's a tie. It's a tie. Soul Dragon, if you're here, you can break the tie. It's currently a tie between A, Sorcery, and C, Possession. Be faster to release the birds we don't have, my liege. Wow. That makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, that's cool. So Old Wasi is the god of the soul and the keeper of the Valhalla equivalent. So Old Wasi is just... Oh, I love it. Well, this is a tie. It's a 50-50. Let's go. It is possession. No, they cannot stop. The counts plan to summon a demon to possess the king, putting him totally under their control. First, they must lull the king into a false sense of security. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense if you think about it, George Wash, because this does not kill the monarch. These gives the counts ears with no new afflictions. To advance their scheme, the counts must lower their defiance to 4 or less in 2 seasons. And finally we have... No, this is not finally. We have then Melcher of the Master Blitzke lineage. Legendary southern prodigy stands bathed in sunshine, droning on as in a daze. A false pretender occupies the throne while my claim is ignored. Grandees of the south, this is a stain on our honor. We must not allow it to go unanswered. Grandees of the south, what do you want to do? Do you want to start a witch hunt, trying to get the highest faith? Do you want to spread fervor, trying to raise your own farming? Or do you want to excommunicate the king, trying to lower stability? What is it going to be? My dear grandees? Ephra, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Might as well for the RP. Excommunication. I mean, it does make sense, right? It does make sense. We have Vaspir, we have Tialis, Lurks, Kane, Nilawa, and Blitzke. If you're still here and you want to support your claimant, I'm gonna count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Excommunication it is in the end. The grandees plan to persuade the archbishop to excommunicate the king. First, they must lower royal credibility. To advance their scheme, the grandees must lower stability to 4 or less in 2 seasons. Bit exhausted today? I hope you can get some rest, Ephra. And finally, this time, we have Julian of the Sparse Corruption family. Powerful coastal entrepreneur, checks out, scribbles with a well-used quill and hardwood desk, speaking calmly. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of King Bjarne. Something must be done. Yes, Sparse is just mastermind. Patricians of the coast, what do you want to do here? No corruption. Do you want to try to find a doppelganger trying to lower your own defiance? Do you want to intimidate the king trying to raise stability? Or do you want to acquire a monopoly trying to raise your own trade? What is it going to be, my dear patricians? Got ties to the OG Doomfalls? Oh my god. Sparse monopoly. Oh my god, is it doppelganger? Is it gonna be doppelganger here? Looks like it. No, Lark, welcome in. Thank you for joining. How are you doing? Well, we have a bunch of patricians here. Let me read the names. Sparse Corruption, Hyena Droid, Hesperus, Ephra, Belaxim, Garbage Lord, an AI Seeker. If you have not voted, I think we might have a majority though. Because this is 4 and 3, 7, yeah. So we have an absolute majority on Doppelganger. Wow. Let's go. No worries, Nolark. Welcome in. Glad to see you. I hope you're having a good time with Anna. Oh, that's pretty cool. Please post all that stuff on Discord, Amy. The patricians plan to swap the real king for a perfect doppelganger. First, they must gain the trust of the spy master. To advance their scheme, the patricians must keep defiance to 4 or less in 4 seasons. That's pretty good, Ephra, yeah. So we have an ambitious vassal, a bastard offshoot, a treacherous half-brother, a resentful something, and something something. Yes, you are loyal to the crown. Because you put it on the crown, on the throne, you know? So what do we have here? Oh, golden choice does not work this way anymore. It's not 500 gold, it's 200, right? Is it? Questionable claimant, thank you. So I think that Bjarne would want stability here. But would they want, like, I'm trying to RP the choice too, right? Would they want to call for unity first? Do they think that people would rally behind him? You know? Huh. Yeah, Thrifty is awesome. Thrifty is often awesome. If you don't know Thrifty, we can get a shout out in chat, please. He's another streamer who does King of the Castle RP on Sundays. He's pretty good. You should definitely follow him if you don't already. Bjarne. I think Bjarne would try to rally people. Yeah. 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 All right. The Chosen of Valtor. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh my god, these events. my god. Chosen of Valtor. Hail, Lord Render, chosen of Valtor, the prophecy has come to pass. You sit upon the throne as foretold in a time before time. But one last part of the prophecy remains. You must return Torgeir Halbjorn's legendary axe to the north. It was stolen from us by King Arl the Great during his conquest of the clans. It belongs up in the Hall of Eros, not in the Palace Vaults as another dusty relic. No, your majesty, your august majesty, you mustn't. That axe was given to the King Arl as a symbol of the chief's submission to the throne. To return it would fan the flames of northern independence. This is your destiny. This is why you took the throne. And I agree. I agree. I absolutely agree. Which is why I'm going to veto keep it in the palace. I think we should send it back to the north. Yeah. Absolutely. I think that's what we should do. Send the axe back to its ancestral home. Yes, please. Yeah, I'd love to have one real Lord Render for once. Oh my god, this is so close. Oh my god, this is so close. Oh my god! It's 11 to 10? 12 to 10? One Baron voting for seat. 13 to 11. Oh my god, this is so close. 13 to 11. 13 to 11. 13 to 12. One vote apart. I'm going to count down from 5, and when I hit 0, I'm going to click continue. If you have not voted, vote now. This can still be tied. Counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Oh my god. That was so close. Remember when we were saying, oh yeah, there are cracks across the kingdom. Well, there you go. There you go. Thanks, Morgana. Thank Morgana. After 4 long centuries, the axe returns to its homeland. King Arald spilled an ocean of blood for that axe. You'll forever be remembered as the king who threw it away. Though it upsets the counts, patricians, grandees, and barons, the common folk are pleased to see the axe of Torgeir return to its place of origin. An ancient theft has been put right. You're welcome, peasants. Hell yeah. Nolark, first and last warning. Chill out with the old caps, please. The prophecy has come true. The prophecy has come true. There's probably going to be some ads starting in just a moment here. I'm going to start the event. But if ads start, I'm going to stop and take a quick break, alright? So, Wild Beast attacks. Yeah, no worries, no lark. No worries. It's just something that, you know, sticks out and makes chat very hard to read for me. Oh, there you go. Ads are running. There's going to be 3 minutes of ads, so we're going to take a quick break here. I'm going to be running to the restroom, and then we're going to be resuming, alright? See you in 3 minutes. Alright, and we are back. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking around. Swede, I see you. Hello and welcome in. Thank you for joining. How are you doing? No sound? Yeah, no, there is sound. Evening, everyone. Let's get the kingdom across the finish line tonight, shall we? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. All right. So, yeah, no worries, Bjarne. I'll be even better if we kept everything above 3. Well, we'll see how that goes. We'll see. Your Highness, I bring ill tidings from the north. Wildlife has gone berserk in rural areas. They are attacking villages and travelers all across the region. Wait, how are you done with finals? Are you done with your finals, Swede? So remember, you've been pretty busy. I assume it was finals. Wildlife has gone berserk in rural areas. Oh my god. Please. 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 Remind me about this. If this is the last episode, remind me about this at the end of the episode. Tell me more about these creatures. They're great hulking beasts, clearly twisted by magic. Some say they walk and talk like people. The northern warriors are afraid. They say the creatures are dark omen, sign of the end. Let me check something here. Just a second here. Okay. I need to quickly write something. There you go. Apologies, had to quickly press something. All right, where were we? Yeah, I was I was deep in the think tank. I feel like I had to reply to something in chat. Was there? Oh yeah, finals. All moved out of university for the year 2. Hell yeah! So I hope you're relaxing and enjoying some freedom now. I hope everything went well with the finals, Swede. So, fighting the frogs in cyberspace. Oh my god, I hope not. I hope not. So, let us continue. Where are we? They are great hulking beasts, clearly twisted by magic. Some say they walk and talk like people. The northern warriors are afraid. They say the creatures are a dark omen, a sign of the end. Remember what I said about Bjarne being kind of scared of signs, you know, of omens and signs, and yeah. Small Pawn, welcome back and thank you for joining. Short answer is that it was mixed bagged, but yes, I'm enjoying the relative freedom of the present. Ah, God. I mean, important thing is that you managed to achieve something, even though it was maybe not what you were hoping for. You have time. You have time. Don't stress too much about it. And definitely enjoy the freedom of the present. Depths below, what's got into these chiefs that they can't handle a few wild animals? The other regions have plenty of their own problems, Your Serene Highness. No one wants to march up to the frozen north for something like this. Then what am I to do? Point of order, Your Highness. Though the church's presence in the north is minimal, we could provide shelter for those who need it. All will be welcome, whether they are adherents to the true god or not. It's the least we can do. Or if you can afford it, send a detachment of mercenaries who aren't afraid of a few wild bears. That should put an end to this crisis. Also, welcome, Marshal. And now I have no idea how to pronounce his name. Good job, Vaspier, for providing me a name that I have absolutely no idea how to pronounce. Research Menagerie. I feel like you shouldn't have mentioned it. Science. Yeah, this is the new Marshal, indeed. Welcome in, Marshal. I'm gonna pronounce this in a bunch of different ways. Aif. That's the first pronunciation. Aif. Marshal Aif. It's gonna become Eve. It's going to become Aife. Knife. I don't know. I already forgot how I pronounced it. It is now Aif. Ifu. Ifu. I strive to complicate your life. I noticed. Thank you. Let's go. So... oh my god, this is so bad. Well, whatever we do, let's be united. Is what I say. Tell them they must fend for themselves. Not a great option. Hire mercenaries. I really don't want to seek refuge in the Ninth God's churches. We could hire I'd rather hire mercenaries than seek refuge in the Ninth God's churches. Really don't want to do that. Really don't want to do that. You know, military is also looking precarious in my book. Alright, what happened? Of course it's Faith. Of course it's Faith. Of course. You frogs. God damn it. Let's go. Instruct the Northerners to seek refuge in the Ninth God's churches. The Archbishop instructs all churches across the north to open their doors to refugees fleeing the attacks. They are more than glad for the assistance. For a time the beasts withdraw. The Northerners are grateful for the church's help, with many finding a new place in their hearts for the Ninth God and his disciples. Oof. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree, Kane. Yeah, see? You fixed one stat, you fucked up the other one. Good job, everyone. Good job. One evening, you're sitting up in bed, reading some paperwork, when a filth-encrusted peasant wanders into your bedchamber as bold as brass. Hello, you mate. Glad I finally found you. This bloody place is a maze. Mind if I take a seat? Who are you? Me? Name's Quack Antonio, mage. Pleased to meet you. Listen, I got a bloody great idea for you. What if we tied a bunch of birds to a knight? I reckon you could field some aerial troops and totally dominate the battlefield. There is no battlefield, dude. Before Quack Antonio can explain further, your marshal bursts into the bedchamber, sword drawn. Your Majesty, I'm sorry I didn't come sooner. I have no idea where the palace watch are. Do you want me to kill this intruder? Just kick him. Just kick him out. Just kick this idiot out. Arms behind your back, scumbag. The peasant is dragged from your bedchamber, still babbling about bird nights. When the marshal returns, she looks grim. If one thing's clear from this mess, it's that you need an honor guard who can actually keep you safe. Not like the pathetic watch. Think carefully, Your Majesty. These guards' loyalties will be divided between you and the region. Of course, you could just hire foreign mercenaries that'd be loyal to coin above all. You'll choose our northern warriors, won't you, Your Grace? Don't tell me you've gone soft and southern already. Well. Melo, welcome in, thank you for joining. How are you doing? You are a patrician. He's a genius. If the problem is the crown, then we just stop walking. Who would we choose? Who would we choose? Definitely not the nuns. The commodity estate has not developed battle-ready bird knights yet. Working on it. Working on it. So it's either definitely not the nuns. I don't think it is the gladiators. Probably not the. It might be the barons, you know. It might be the barons to win over the other military powerhouse, even though the counts could be an idea here. I think Bjarne is going to play this. He's going to game this. I think wanting to thank the barons for voting in favor of returning the Axe of Halbjorn to the north, Bjarne is going to take a Marcher honor guard. Yeah, I think so. Veterans of the March, in appreciation to the vote. I'll make the arrangements at once. The veterans arrive a few weeks later. They march into the throne room in perfect formation before lining up behind your throne, hands on their sword hilts. Each soldier sports a bigger scar than the last. Game of politics, indeed. Yeah. Oh, look at that. In case you forgot, we have auctions. And our auctions are special thanks to Shiny Quarks. I don't see Shiny Quarks in chat tonight, but thank you, Shiny Quarks, for working this out. This is so fucking good. In case you don't know how this works, you're gonna be able to spend some money and fund some of those buildings, right? So you have an opportunity to raise some of those critical stats, perhaps. I'm gonna be starting this in 3, 2, 1. Boop. Exclamation mark fund followed by the letter of the building you want to fund, followed by the amount of money you want to spend. Your options are raising stability with A, lowering trade for the barons with B, raising farming for the chiefs with C, raising military for the chiefs with D, lowering farming for the counts with E, raising trade for the counts with F, lowering stability with G, lowering military for the grandees with H, lowering faith for the patricians with I, and lowering authority with J. Boom! Looks like we're funding an aqueduct and a prison. I see, you're playing the game too, huh? 20 seconds left. 10 seconds left. And 3, 2, 1. What happened? Oh my god, somebody spent a lot of money there. Aqueduct. And prison. Nothing changed. Okay, so farming goes up. So the only critical stat at the moment is the patrician military, who could drop below 3. And then we have a prison, lowering stability. So contributed by Electri and others, and Marid and others. A medium border prison. Oh my god. I see. Tackling defectors. New gods? Oh, this is unacceptable. Your greatness, I've come to thank you and the Ninth Church for your kindness during the so-called season of claws. Never thought I'd say it, but I'm glad for their help. The creature's attacks have eased. I can only imagine why, but I thank the gods for it. Both the old and the new. May they never return. Once the chief has bowed his head to leave, your archbishop is quick to lean over to you. Your Majesty, we are presented with a golden opportunity to expand the church's influence. We should capitalize on this goodwill immediately. Please vote. Please vote. Thank you. Please and thank you. Please and thank you, my dear friends. Well, dang, I guess I will vote. We won't send missionaries to the north. No, we won't. Why can't we vote B? Because I vetoed it. Who's the only grandee who voted for C? Nilawa, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Bjarne has principles. Alright? Bjarne has values, and he doesn't want to compromise with those values. Would you compromise with your values? No, you probably wouldn't. You know, you have something in common. There you go. Let's go. Risk player, welcome in. Leave the Northerners to their pagan ways. The council decides against kicking the hornet's nest, or the sylvan bear, as the case may be. The reason the ninth god will judge them accordingly in the thereafter. Anyways. Yeah, that's exactly what I think. Exactly. The last monarch who didn't compromise with their values got hung from a tree in a blood sacrifice. Your Majesty, it's important you find a spouse sooner rather than later. Give me ladies. Give me ladies, please. Thank you. Yes, give me the ladies. Oh, there is another event. I was like, what was going on here? Warp Lotus, welcoming and thank you for joining. How are you doing? Your Highness, I'm ruined. Hordlings have occupied my vineyard and driven my staff away. Brandy Vaspier? And now you come back asking for help after not supporting me? Huh? Good, good. Yeah, Warp Lotus, you are Pat. You are Pat indeed. You're a Pat. I think Warp Lotus was a patrician already. Blue hair and sees head? Yeah, sometimes that happens. I'm not pleased, as you can tell. When are you ever pleased? Why can't your fellow grandies help out? My plight is no interest to them. Do I really care about this? I have no time for petty problems such as these. Within a month you hear that Grandy Vaspier has gone bankrupt and has been reduced to begging on the streets of Jacinta. Oh my god, you're actually died. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Prince of Fox is welcoming. Yeah, this is a heavily modded game. And I'm killing people and I didn't know. I'm so sorry, Vaspier. Oh my god. I made you poor and then kill you. I'm so sorry. Oh, well, whoops. I never survived till the end. I always die last time. I mean, that's kind of a trend. Wow. But yeah, Prince of Foxes, you're gonna notice a bunch of different things in this game. There are some custom events, there are some portraits, custom portraits, some NPCs have names, and also that. Some stats are capped differently than usually, like all stats are capped at 7 compared to the normal game. Mods. Hidden in a labyrinth beneath an eastern castle, a pair of counts meet to speak of their schemes against the king. The Chancellor sent me a fruit basket last week to thank us for our efforts in helping the crown. It's working. Our reputation is secure. Our problem now is the Archbishop. His beady eyes will be focused on us if we're not careful. We must evade him at all costs. For the next stage of their scheme, the counts must lower their faith to 4 or less in 4 seasons. Far to the south, a pair of grandees are conversing on the balcony of a hillside villa. One of them paces up and down, clearly agitated. Lurks. Has the Archbishop agreed to meet with us yet? I sent him 4 letters last week, no luck so far. Hardly surprising, the old coot won't move against the king unless he knows he's on the winning side. The grandees aim to lower the kingdom's stability to 4 or less. Okay. Oh, my favorite season. Taxing season. Huh. Well, we could tax some patricians here. You know? Look at how rich they are. We could tax them. I think this is a reasonable thing to do. Ah. Yeah, let's do that. It's just 250. It won't affect. It will barely affect you. How about a bribe for my death? Oh my god, you were the richest grandee. Oh my god. Yeah, let's do that. Let's gather some funds because I want to be safely above 2,000 in case I need to spend money to save the kingdom. Oh my god, it's happening. Another rogue golem, and more importantly, Ulthrandra. Let's start with the rogue golem here. Marley, welcome in. Risk player, hello. A rogue golem has crossed into our territory over the Ashmedian border, Your Highness. This could be an exciting opportunity. What's so exciting about it? Please, my liege, this is our chance to figure out how this golem magic works. We could even turn it against Ashmead. Yeah, that's true, Kane. So far this dynasty, each monarch has had a different policy towards golems. Let's see what Bjarne's is. Your Majesty, the barons would drown their own grandmothers to gain an advantage over Ashmead, or over the chief's counts, patricians, and grandees. Golems are an offense to the ninth god, and they're dangerous. We should destroy it before it gets out of control. I say... we use it. I say we use it. I say we use it. And I think we should be united. No, we should be united around it. I say we use it. Yeah. Source of labor sounds great. You know, we could use somebody who helps us counterbalance the fact that our crops are ailing. Or take it apart and figure its secrets. I say we use it. Danger is a fair statement, but yeah, sometimes you gotta take risks. I feel like this is probably one of the Kaldavagan Barons golems, and they are merely claiming it's Ashmedian and came across the border to technically not be breaking the law, as golems at the moment are illegal. It might be. I mean, it's not gonna be the Crown's golem. See? Pretty much everybody wants to take it apart and figure out its secrets. People like it. It's good. See? People from every region want it. I appreciate the Barons wanting to use it as a source of labor, going against their militaristic streak. No worries, Marley. Definitely, Kane. The secrets of the golems have been a mystery for too long. I'll put our very best Aryasens to work figuring it out. As they disassemble it, however, some kind of Ashmedian safety measure gets tripped. The golem goes wild, killing dozens of artisans. Then it goes on a rampage, pulling up farmland and massacring peasants across the march. See, this is gonna get people whispering, maybe Zilma was right. What's cast, Sora? After many casualties, Marcher troops are finally able to put it down. In the aftermath, you're left with nothing but clay shards and regret. This event hits hard. 3 stats lowered for the march. Jesus. Now the last thing we need is a plague. Like, if we get a plague in either March, South, I mean, pretty much every region except for the counts, that might be devastating. Who needs saves when everyone else can cripple the march? Yeah, that's true, Basphere. Alright. Ulthrandra. Your Majesty, the creatures that have been ravaging your countryside, they are Ulthrandra. Ulthrandra? Ulthrandra, your greatness. People of the north turned into horrible creatures through ancient ritual. Were beasts. We should act swiftly then. Wait, your Majesty, there's something else you should know. The Ulthrandra, they're fanatics. They attack us because they believe we have turned against our old gods. They wish to see the influence of our ninth god completely eradicated in the north. Your archbishop is incensed, but you calm him with a wave of your hand. A vote must be called. I'm not going to kill them. Oh no, wait. This is ban all pagan practices. No. The other way around then. No. Absolutely not. I read ban 90s stuff, I thought. Marley, oh my god, congrats on the 50 stream streak. That's a lot. Good job. Halfway to a VIP badge. That's a good milestone. Holy crap. I mean, I'd like to speak with these guys and see what the hell they say. I'd love for them to visit the capital. Maybe they melt, just like the Ice Warriors. Oof. I have seen enough death, right? Maybe this can be undone, right? These are people who have been turned by an ancient ritual. They've been turned to beasts. Maybe it can be undone. Who knows? Maybe we're killing innocent people. What's one more death? Maybe we're killing innocent people who just, you know, were victims of a ritual that we can undo, right? We have learned over the years that even the worst arcane happenings can be averted and dispelled, you know, with the right countermeasures, like we're doing with the kingdom right now. Why wouldn't this be the case as well? Maybe we can save these people. $13 to 13. This is currently a tie, so any vote. Dr. Lion, come on. Any vote could break the tie. I'm gonna count down from 5. 4. If you have not voted, absolutely do vote now. 3, 2, 1, 0. It's a tie. Yeah. Let's talk with these guys. Let's talk with them. Holy shit. It's the only way to resolve the situation once and for all, but some of the nobles mutter that your northern heritage has made you too soft on the chiefs. Well, that's not gonna be great. Eligible options. I found 5 potential matches for you. Yes, I know. Let's see the bachelorettes. They whisk away the cloth from the first portrait. Not Mag. This is Mag, firstborn daughter of the northern Marleytine clan. She's your typical northern lass, big, brawny, and honest. In the same way an axe to the face is honest. Not bold, incredible. Spends most of her time ranging the mountaintops, hunting wolves and wyverns and other strange northern beasts. They say she's popular with the common folk up north too. She's perfect. She's absolutely perfect. She's absolutely perfect. She's my dream wife. Yeah, there you go. This is Nymphadora, the eldest daughter of the Eastern Honest Swede dynasty. Forgive this nutty expression. I'm sure that's caused by an errant brushstroke. Well, she had a laboratory installed in her castle and spends most of her time there conducting bizarre experiments on tea concoctions. Half the East are in love with her, apparently, and the other half hate her. They don't like her fragrances. Intriguing candidate. From the coast we have Irina, the wealthy heiress to Lord Patrician Mello estate. I mean, just look at her, she's gorgeous, and apparently she's got a silver tongue too. Her interests are typical of the coast, money, 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 and making more of it. Unfortunately, she's quite bad at it, all her business deals seem to fall through. Like the son of her. From the south, Cardosa, the eldest daughter of the Battle of Canna lineage, Prone to depressive episodes, apparently, but she means well. I don't think I'd ever seen that. Like many in the South, she claims to put her faith in the Ninth God above all worldly concerns. Actually, she's a little intense. She calls herself an avatar of the Ninth Justice. Don't like the look of her. And finally, we have the March's offering. Yvette, sign of the prestigious Marid bloodline. A typical Baroness, really loud and brash and self-absorbed, but mostly well-meaning. Like most of the Barons, her great passion is hunting. No beast is safe from her crossbow. She's also said to be obsessed with carving a place for herself in history. Huh. Being God chosen. Sounds like a laugh. So show me. Show me the Eastern candidate again. Laboratory. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, you're right. How's Nazarene putting forward a marriage candidate and possibly to reconcile with arch rivals? Oh my god. You're not wrong. But, oh god, this is so intense. Oh my god. Is this going to be an act of reconciliation? Oh. Yeah, right? Ninth Justice versus Baltor's Avatar. Avatar of the Ninth Justice married to the Lord Render of the North. I think this will be a political marriage for sure. And it's going to be either with the Grandees for a reconciliation or with the Counts because they have a high military. You know, and they want and Bjarne wants to keep them at his side. One of the two. You know, Morgrim, that's my, like, if it had been a normal Grandee, I probably would have gone for the reconciliation. The fact that it's House Nazarene makes me very tempted, but being intense, Avatar of the Ninth Justice, that sounds like a little too much for Bjarne. I think it might be the Eastern candidate. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. I've made my decision. It's Nymphador of the East. Yeah. 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 I think Bjarne is playing it a little safer. Of course, Astral. Take care. Have a good night. While the king settles into his young reign, a general has risen in the march, the indomitable Baroness Lavinia. Is it time? I'm eager to start my campaign. Not yet, General. We need the peasants to be truly living in fear for you to be their savior. It won't be long now. The council will make sure the kingdom is drowning in chaos. Then we'll make our move. The barons aim to lower stability to 4 or less. Chiefs are supporting me. I am just going to skip this because it's a lot of text for not much. And iron choice or golden choice. I think we'll grab the iron choice. Or the golden choice. Oh. I think it's going to be iron choice. Yeah. All right. Let's go. A new trend. We have crabs here. Jewel crabs. Let's start with the wedding. Amy? No idea. Your wedding to Nymphadora is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. It feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral with Nymphadora at your side. You take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? Of course I do. Then I pronounce you king and wife. After the wedding, of course, there is a feast, and after the feast, a dance. At the feast, your new wife, Nymphadora, delivers a long, rambling speech that puts everyone to sleep. By the time you find yourself alone with Nymphadora, it's past midnight, and you've never felt more tired. What a wonderful occasion that was. A shame we had to see all those filthy peasants lining the streets on the way to the cathedral. Back in the East, our guards would know how to deal with that rabble. Swede, you raised her well. Oh, God. Oh my god. I hope you're not feeling homesick already. Let's just glide over that and ignore it. Of course not. I never get homesick. Actually, I can't abide people who waste time dwelling on the past. What are your thoughts on the state of the kingdom? Well, you know, the kingdom looks after itself. Nymphadora immediately changes the topic to talk about something she's more interested in. In my spare time, I tinker with some very complicated science stuff. I won't get into it though, you wouldn't understand half of it. Yeah, that's so interesting. It's interesting. Gently fall asleep to the sound of Nymphadora droning on about herself. Well. Yeah, Casimir, what the hell did you do? So... Oh god, I'm so scared. Yeah, let's start a new trend here. Lord Patrician Warplotus is here to see your majesty. He wants to sell you a crab. He probably didn't. A what? It's the latest trend along the coast, your majesty. The patricians have started keeping a species of jeweled crab as a fashionable pet. The creatures are so rare that one can now sell for as much as a mention. Very well. I mean, do I actually want to send him in? I don't think I have time to waste for this shit. Oh my god, I don't want the crabs. No, I don't want to buy the jewel crabs. The end times are near, we're developing cryptos. Listen, Hesperus. If the Ninth would have wanted us to get to the moon, he would have given us wings, not crabs. What does Bjarne want to do here? I think, yeah, send him in, send him in. Thank you for seeing me, your majesty. I know the price is steep, but I assure you, these crabs will only go up in value. That's a lot of money. What about moon crabs? Do we want to buy these crabs? No, we don't want to buy these crabs. What the fuck? Turn this fool away. Crabs, honestly, what is this kingdom coming to? Summit time. Summit time. Your Majesty, the beasts have arrived. Do not worry, the Palace Watch will keep you safe if they try anything. This one is their leader. George Wash is the leader of the Ultrandr. Oh god. Bjarne. I thought you'd be more feral. His snorts and shrugs. Appearances can be deceiving, Bjarne. I don't think Bjarne wants to be called Your Majesty. I don't think he cares. Let's just get this over with. As it pleases you. The Church of the Ninth God must withdraw from the north immediately and never return. This is our demand. The chiefs have lost their way. We will show them, by the power of Valtor and the wisdom of Morgana, what it means to be a northerner. Absolutely preposterous. Surely you cannot even consider this, Your Majesty. These monsters should be shown the sword. Oh my god. I want A so badly. I want A so badly. We're not gonna kill this guy. We are not gonna kill this guy. I strongly, desperately want A. I know you won't give it to me. But man, do I want A. Yeah, exactly. Either you lower faith, or you lower faith and farming and trade. So, actually, this is a very tough choice, if you look at it that way. If you look at it stat-wise, it's very tough. The first one only lowers faith, the second one lowers 3 stats. Oh my god. 9 to 11. This is still quite close, I'm gonna give it a minute. 9 to 12. Oh my god. I have a feeling that the north is gonna be completely fucked. We might have ruined the kingdom here. 9 to 13. Ganahan, welcome and thank you for joining. How are you doing? You're a patrician. Oh my god. 10 to 13. 10 to 14. Gonna count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, welcome back everybody. Welcome back. Apologies about the disruption. So that event hit so hard that it broke the stream. Yeah. It broke the stream. Good job. Yep. I was just about to say, -4 farming, -2 trade, and -2 faith. Great job. Great job. Yeah. At least we're not cooked because of the grandies. Yeah, we're just normally cooked. Yeah. Great job. Well, that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting. Let's go. Anchored a few miles from the sunny coast, Lady Patricia Hesperus II has invited her closest confidants aboard her yacht. What a bloody disaster of a year. We're clashing with the king on a daily basis. The spymaster will never trust us at this rate. Huh. How goes the search for the lookalike? Not well. The best I've found is a peasant with the wrong ship nose, the wrong colored eyes, and a wooden leg. Don't let that discourage you. Keep searching. Our doppelganger is out there. I'm sure of it. Patricians gotta lower their defiance. So, refresh if you have delay. And also, you don't have to rejoin. If your extension doesn't work, it's going to fix itself in a few minutes. You are still in the game. Don't worry about that. You don't have to spam chat with join messages. The king, who wanted A, has ruined any hope for victory this time by choosing B at the behest of the council. Incredible how that goes, huh? He must be replaced so we can actually save the kingdom, like the king wanted. Well, let's go. Let's go. So, rebellion. I think this is the first rebellion of the dynasty. At long last, the Grandies have reached their boiling point. You are confronted in your throne room by Grandie Amy, her eyes alight with righteous fury. Wait, did the game crash exactly when we hit 0? Is that what happened? Yeah, Ursula is here, apparently. No way. No, I need to look at that. Wait. I need to look at that for a second. I need to look at that clip. You actually counted down to the crash? Oh, no way. 3, 2, 1. That's so good. Thank you for clipping that. So, the night god has judged you unworthy, pretenders to the throne, and the Grandies of the South have listened. We will rise up and fight for Melcher, the true king. This is a formal declaration of war. The next time we see each other, we'll be on the battlefield. Well... I think Bjarne would respect the messenger. I think Bjarne would respect the messenger. One day I'll see your head on this pike. There'll be many heads on spikes before this war is over. Mine will not be among them. It is painful, right? Sweet. Yeah, it takes a few minutes, sort of, don't worry. Oh, definitely Amy, yeah. Grandie Amy strides for her throne room without looking back. I didn't expect them to move so boldly, Your Majesty. What are our chances against the rebels? The Grandies are formidable but not undefeatable. I hope they don't persuade any of their regions to join their rebellion. That would be disastrous. The leader of the rebellion is Grandie Vaspir II. As reason for the uprising, he's citing your past transgressions, mainly your disregard of the hurling threat to southern vineyards. So this is a personal feud! This is a personal issue that Vaspir is carrying through. Urge to murder rising. Yes, Your Majesty, hold on to that feeling. You'll need it. That's right, Your Majesty. The kingdom is divided. There will be a lot of death and suffering before all this is over. The cracks The cracks have opened up. The cracks have opened. They burst. Oh my god. I can't wait. I'll go dig up the trebuchets. And also the patricians are rebelling. Oh my god. Opening strike. Oh, wait. We have ads. I'm going to be stopping right here. And I'm going to be refilling my water bottle. And then we're going to be resuming in about 3 minutes, alright? So don't go anywhere. We will resume in 3 minutes. Actually, you can go to the restroom if you need to. But you shouldn't need to if you grab your toilets at the start of the stream. See you in 2 minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for sticking around. How's everybody doing? I hope you're enjoying the kingdom going to shit. I think it's super interesting to see how like this civil war was a long time coming, right? Like it was brewing up. It's been brewing up for a couple of reigns, so it makes sense that it starts now narratively. And on the other hand, it's very interesting to note how basically the kingdom has suddenly gone in a direction that puts it at risk very strongly by not following what the king wanted, right? Like so far, if you think about it, the king's directives have been pretty safe in regard to saving the kingdom. And the one time that the council goes against them very decisively, everything goes to shit. It's very interesting to see. I love how Risk Player is building the narrative in a completely opposite way. Oh, that's true, kinda, yeah. This might just be a crushed revolt. Alright, let's go. This kingdom is blackened by faithlessness and dishonor. The ninth god is sweeping for what we have become. And whose fault is that? King Bjarne, the mad tyrant. Alas, you are right. We have no choice but to raise our banners, march on the capital, and install a better ruler. Someone like the noble Melcher. But first, we must work out our opening move. Pray to the ninth. Let him help us decide. We can launch a preemptive strike against the chiefs to cripple their military capabilities. If we suspect the patricians may join our cause, we can call them to war. They'll be more likely to join us if the king's authority is low. We could also call upon the church to condemn the king, or finally you could send off an assassin to nip this in the bud. Grandees, what do you want to do here? Do you want to launch a preemptive strike on the chiefs? 20%. Call upon the patricians to join your cause? 90%. Petition for the support of the church? 60%. Or send an assassin after the king? What is your choice, Grandees of the South? I mean, petitioning for the support of the church sounds pretty accurate here. Yeah, right? Calling the Lord Render a mad tyrant, it's pretty funny. Pretty ironic. Alright, see it is. Looks pretty clear to me. Yeah, we have majority, let's go. Petition for the support of the church. Thank you for meeting with me, Your Holiness. It's a success. Actually, the other way around. Your message was most heartfelt. How could I turn down those in need? We're all the ninth god's children, after all. Well, I couldn't agree more, and on that subject, the church has been suffering lately, hasn't it? The king hasn't been giving you the support you deserve. Alas, it is true, the king has strayed far from the light of the ninth. It breaks my heart, but a king with so little concern for the kingdom's spiritual health can scarcely be considered a king at all. If only you knew how deeply involved King Bjarne is for the spiritual well-being of the kingdom. Now Melcher, on the other hand, if he ever finds himself... that's wrong voice again. Now Melcher, on the other hand, if he ever finds himself on the throne, he would be sure to make a substantial contribution to the church's coffers. Now, you know I care not for money. I only care about what's best for the kingdom. What's best for the kingdom is a monarch who cares about the church. I'll lend you my full support gladly. Thank you, Your Holiness. Go with God. Faithful followers of both the Ninth God and the King are thoroughly shaken by the church officially throwing their weight behind the rebels. Their loyalties are torn in half. Oh, that's cool. Look at that shit. Wow, this is a powerful event. Raising defense by 2 and lowering military for the other regions. Wow. Oh my god, the patrician military also dropped. Oh my god, thousands of soldiers desert to join the rebellion, fearing for their souls. The kingdom is going to shit so badly. So badly. Oh my god. Oh my god. It looked like everything was under control. It looked like everything was under control. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oof. I think it might be time to start looking at regional objectives, my friends. Just saying. Just saying. it might be time to take a look at regional goals. Your Highness, a terrible sickness is spreading among my troops in the east. What kind of sickness? What can we do about it? If we let the disease run its course, we'll have lost a lot of soldiers we can't afford to lose. But I'm not sure how much we can do. Perhaps the council can see a way forward? I mean, you technically have 2 more streams, Swede, so it depends on what you do. So, send medical doctors. I think it's either send medical doctors or hire a wizard. What do y'all think is better? Right? I kind of want to send doctors. I'm going to call for unity on the doctors here. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's save these people. I'll save them. Oof. This kingdom is so fucked. This kingdom is so fucked. Alright, looks pretty decisively like it's gonna be A. We've gotta continue. I know how to treat this sickness, Your Majesty. It's a simple remedy. Garlic, wormwood, and spleen of goat. Oh, and we mustn't forget leeches. Lots of leeches. Of course, gathering enough ingredients to treat a whole army doesn't come cheap. At great expense, you send the best doctors from Quill University out to the east to cure your troops. Hopefully they're worth the money, 60%. No fucking way. The doctors get to work with their leeches and bizarre concoctions. Some of your soldiers even benefit from the treatment. But it quickly becomes clear the doctors are fighting a losing battle, especially after they also catch the sickness. By the time the sickness is finished cutting through the eastern troops, hundreds of soldiers are dead, and morale amongst the survivors has plummeted. Oh my god. And another one joins the rebellion. Oh wait! We have an auction here. We can raise some stats. Look at that. Now it is more relevant than ever. More relevant than ever. Look at that. We have 2 very interesting things here that can be raised. I'm gonna leave it to you to figure that out. So how does it work? You mean the auction, Ganahan? You can type, after I start it, you can type !fund, followed by the letter of the building you want to fund, followed by the amount of money you want to spend. If you're not sure how much money you have, you can spend more. You can just, if you want to spend it all, you can type 10,000, and you're gonna spend it all. Sora, you have... No. There, you have 1,500 Sora. Nilawa, you have 1,450. 1,450 for Nilawa. Nullark, you have 1,800. 1,800 for Nullark. Alright. All right. Now that you've taken a look at everything, so I'm gonna read to you the options. You can raise faith for the barons with A, lower stability with B, raise firing for the chiefs with C, raise authority with D, raise stability with E, lowering faith for the counts with F, lower farming for the grandees with G, raise trade for the grandees with H, raise military for the patricians with I, lower military for the patricians with J. Auction. Oh, George Wash redeemed. George Wash, you have 1100. George Wash, 1100 gold for George Wash. All right. All right. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Boing. I'm gonna let you know, of course, as always, when there's 20 seconds left. She can't give up now. Exclamation mark fund followed by the letter of the building you want to fund, followed by the amount of money you want to spend. What do you, oh my god, sorry. What is getting funded here? D and E are getting funded. A monument and a library. Ooh, interesting. A monument and a library, huh? Now a fortress, though. Fortress coming in. 20 seconds left now. I'll let you know when there's 10 seconds left. Oh my god, these things. Portraits. 10 seconds left now. This is so close. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. What ended up happening? What won? What won? Monument and fortress. That was so close. That was so close. Oh. Yeah, and this is not enough money, right? Because it would be at least 10,000. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, these auctions are gonna be so brutal. So military for the patricians goes up, authority goes up. Let's go. Patricians. Yeah, like people have started looking at original quests. Edonia. More treachery. Dire news, Your Majesty. The coast has sent a battalion of their finest soldiers to support the grandees in the field. Have they turned against us? Afraid so. Patricians have formally joined the rebellion, declaring you a tyrant. I won't lie, Your Majesty, the odds are stacked against us now. Well, fuck. Oh shit. You had money to... Donya, what did you do? You had a lot of money. Oh my god, Edonia, you could have made it 10,000. Oh my god. Oh my god. Lemon Square, of course I'm gonna show that. There you go. Let's muster an army. And then we do a great battle. Along the southern border, countless swords flash in the blazing sun, prayers fill the air in silence. The grandees' troops are gathering in vast numbers. That's true, sometimes doom falls because of a little oversight. By the grace of the Ninth, we have assembled an army to strike fear into the heart of the false king. What next? Next we march, but not yet. First we must ensure we're called upon every resource at our disposal, and on that subject, I've considered several proposals to further bolster our army for the trials ahead. Grandees of the South, one more... What? Southern trade too low. One more vote for you. How do you want to increase your levies? Do you want to conscript a mass of peasant levies Do you want to call upon a holy order of the Ninth to join the cause, or the existence of the army will be enough? What do you want to do, Grandees? Mass levies? Oh, this could be... Yeah, this could be a moment to go to aim for the original quest, right? Yeah, B goes towards the original quest of the Grandees. Yeah. That's interesting. Alright. Counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Peasant levies. The peasants are just doing useless things like harvesting grain that turns into ash. We'll tell them to beat their plowshares into swords as the Ninth God intended. The Grandees pull peasants off the fields and thrust spears into their calloused hands. This will mean a few bad harvests for sure, but the South can survive that, right? Seeing these unravel is so surreal. This is an entirely different kingdom than what it was at the start of this reign. Yeah, no, Chief's farming doesn't look so good. I don't see. Where is it? Vast armies darken the landscape like the shadows of clouds. Flags are flying, drums are pounding in rhythm with the marching of boots. The kingdom is gripped with civil war. At least that's what you imagine. Most of your time is spent in the safety of your palace, poring over a giant map with your marshal. You imagine the army of the south is trying to link up with the army of the coast. If we take them both on at once, we're in real trouble. Our only hope is the counts. What? I've been making sweet eyes to the barons here and trying to, you know, endear them, and now it's the counts. I have a feeling that we're going to see a proliferation of original quest planning threads on Discord. And then they wouldn't be nobles, yeah. Did marry countess, that's true. Our only hope is the counts. Against both armies at once they'd be outnumbered, but perhaps they can take one of the rebel armies by surprise before the two join forces. We have no choice but to strike one or the other before it's too late. What are the orders, your Majesty? I mean, they have to go against the coastal army first. Of course, they're the only one they can tackle. Very well, your Majesty. I relay your orders to the commander in the field. Hopefully they do as they're told. Counts of the East! What do you want to do? Do you want to follow orders and send the Eastern army to fight the patricians? Do you want to defy orders and send the Eastern army to fight the Grandees? Or do you want to hang back and let the rebels march on the capital? I mean, I think that if we want to survive, there's not much of a choice here. We have to fight. Well, we are nothing without honor. Counts, you have all my respect. You have all my respect. For Passiflora, or whatever my wife's name is. Nymphadora, there you go, thank you. I love her so much, Passiflora. Exactly, that's very reminiscent of that one, Lurks. You order us to die? Listen, I'm not the one who's coming to ransack your houses. It's the South and the coast who are gonna do that. So don't take it out on me. Take it out on them instead. The whole city holds its breath. You stew in your palace, waiting for your marshal's return. Finally, she bursts into your throne room, drenched in the blood and sweat of battle. Marshal report. 50%. At dawn, we drew up in battle formations. It's all very orderly at first, Your Majesty, but after the trumpets blow and the cavalry charge, it's nothing but blood and screams. Fucking hell! As battles go, it was a hell of a slog. Much blood spilled on both sides. When it ended, even I wasn't sure who had won. But terrible news, the patricians were victorious. Looks like a tie to me. How could this happen? We threw the dice, they came up snake eyes. These things happen in war. If we want to see the year's end, we must build up fortifications, stockpile food, train up a citizens' militia. Because honestly, now's the time to hunker down and hope for a miracle. The armies of the Grandis and the Patrician will be camped outside the city walls in a matter of weeks. It's time to pray to the Nine, Your Majesty, because apart from him, we're on our own. Yeah, I'm gonna start praying to Valtor, if you don't mind. Wow. That hurts a lot, yeah. The Count rises to a remote, unremarkable spot of moorland. Soon another joins him. Unfortunately, my peasants are getting dreadfully devoured. We're in no state to make a move against the king. It's far too dangerous. The High Inquisitor will pounce as soon as we do anything. Count seems to deliver the faith to poor or less. Not really, though. This might be time to bribe some barons here and see if that does anything. Yeah, I think narratively this makes a lot of sense. Probably doesn't make any sense at all gameplay wise, but narratively Bjarne would absolutely try to bribe the barons to step in. Yeah, I don't think it does, but again, I think narratively it makes sense to do it. So I'm gonna do it. Because again, I play to RP, I don't play to win, I don't care. I make very regrettable decisions that cost my life most times than not. And yeah, it makes sense that he would try. Crab bubble bursts. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about the crab bubble? Who gives a fucking shit? Bonkle is here! Bonkle, welcome back. See? I told you I could ramble on long enough for you to join. And I reference what you wrote in the council introduction event. How you doing, by the way? By the blood of the dead, what the hell's happened here? Nobles is what happened. Your Majesty. With the kingdom consumed by civil war, the crab fat has died away on its own. The patricians have bigger things to worry about. Incredible. Who'd have thought? Oh, that's pretty good. I love Hector. Small pawn. Such a cool character. Oof. Yeah, welcome back to the kingdom. The kingdom is fucked, Bonkle. Better start thinking of original quests. They've lost a great deal of money as a result. It turns out the crabs may have been a bad investment. Understandable. The treasurer nods solemnly and withdraws from your office. About your heir? Who cares? Who cares about my heir? Your marriage to Nymphadora has grown stale. You get along well enough and you've made some good memories, but there's no spark. She cares more about her stupid alchemical experiments than your happiness, but spark or no spark... Let me reread that. She cares more about her stupid tea than your happiness, but spark or no spark, you still need an heir. Congrats are in order. Something's still missing an heir. However, securing an heir is impossible while the kingdom is at war with itself. Defeat this rebellion and then, only then, is it worth looking to the future. I'll talk to you again when the realm is at peace. Smart, Hesperus, very smart. Don't rope me into this. Yeah, what the game doesn't take into account is, what if I had already fucked previously and procured an heir? Kinda, that's pretty funny. Oh, Bjarne is absolutely, undoubtedly a coffee drinker, if coffee exists. Yeah, Isaac is not happy. The patricians and grandees march through the crown lands, pillaging and burning. The roads are heaving with refugees and corpses clog the rivers. Oh my god, corpses clog the rivers who then start boiling. Oh my god, that's so horrible. That is so disgusting. Ugh. Oh my god. This kingdom is so fucked. This kingdom is absolutely done. Oh my god. That's gross. That's absolutely gross. Oh my god. What a horrible, horrible thought. I could not say it. Oh my god. That's very fucked up. Oh god. Oh. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. Oh. That was an intense thought. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Whew. Okay. Now the capital is surrounded. You stand on the ramparts of your palace, staring out in dismay as the army camps stretching for miles outside the city walls. Get down from there, Your Majesty, if they get lucky with a crossbow bolt. Is there any hope, Marshal? Ah. Only one. The counts are still out there, Your Majesty. God, call the barons! What are you doing? Their armies were smashed by the rebels, but they'll be gathering reinforcements and calling on their reserves. I hope they get here in time. You're right, there is still hope. As you finish your sentence, an immense trebuchet hurls a 10-ton boulder towards the capital. He crashes into a nearby clock tower, smashing it to smithereens. Like I said, Your Majesty, you'd better get inside. Ah. Oh my god, we are so fucked. We are so fucked. Just gonna keep it as is. Oh my god, this is it! Oh my god. And now the dawn breaks, the combined armies of the patricians and the grandees are sprawled outside your city walls. For the last 3 weeks they have tried to fight their way in. The siege drags on and your food supplies are dwindling. The streets outside your palace explode in daily riots as the citizens demand to be fed. Don't worry, Bjarne, the council will be here to save us soon enough, I'm sure of it. As evening draws in, horns blast outside the city walls. The grandees and the patricians are mounting the final attack. Wait, what? Wait, does the game only think that... Does the game think... Oh! So the game thinks that these 3 regions are the only ones existing? And so it counts against grandees and patricians? Is that it? Oh, so that's what's happening. So it doesn't count the chiefs. Yeah, and that's why the 5 region mod isn't good for public distribution yet. There you go. I see. I see. Well. Yeah, didn't count the chiefs or the barons. Oh my. I mean, it makes for a good story, though. Chiefs are probably busy fighting with the Ulthrandre, and the barons have been eerily silent for some personal reason. No, Nulark, we roll with the punches here. A grim dawn. The sun rises on a city in turmoil. The patricians and the grandees began their assault last night, and you've heard nothing outside but screams and howls and the clash of blades since. Actually, if you remember, the barons, at the very start, in the council intro event said, we cannot move our armies around because deep canyons break our main roads. So they probably cannot move. They're just stuck. It all comes, it's all perfect. Like, and I wrote that event, the game didn't. Oh my god. It's so perfect. How can this game always have such perfect outcomes? Holy shit. This is insane. This is why I fucking love doing this. They're stuck down there. Yeah, I know. Apparently I predicted that. Oh my god. Exactly. The march between a land of mountains would rely on certain passes. If those get blocked by chasms, it makes sense they can't get out. I am sentient. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think Bjarne thought he had more time. You know? Oh my god. The sun rises on a city in turmoil. The patricians and the grandees began their assault last night, and you've heard nothing outside but screams and howls and the clash of blades since. Half the capital is in flames. Soldiers rush back and forth, shouting panicked orders. You haven't seen your marshal since the night before. Perhaps she's already dead. The honor guard are in the streets outside the palace, building a barricade and organizing last-ditch defenses. Vital work, but you're vulnerable without them by your side. The royal court is empty except for you and your wife. I've prepared a special fast-acting poison, totally painless. Shall we have one last drink together? No. Have you really lost all hope? I'm being practical. Fine, we won't drink it yet, but it's here if you need it. You wait and stew. Outside, the screams and clashes get louder. Finally, your spymaster arrives, out of breath, her face stained by smoke and blood. They'll be here any moment, Your Majesty. You must saddle your horse and escape the city. I know of a secret passage. Hell no. I'll stand and fight. Then you will die. It was nice knowing you, Your Majesty. This is my destiny. She's gone in the blink of an eye. Well, no turning back now. Yeah, I can't go out there with you. I'm not a fighter. Besides, I spent ages brewing this poison. Shame to let it go to waste. May we meet again in the thereafter. In the not thereafter, I mean. Give him hell, my love. I'll try. She gulps back the poison. Moments later, she is dead. Holy shit, this is such a tragic ending. You rush to the stable, saddle your horse, and ride out to the street, sword in hand, a single tear running down your face. The calm, hardened soldiers hardened southern soldiers advance down the road. Steel armor gleaming in the crimson light of dawn. You can see Grandi Vaspi II at their head, shouting orders. Charge! You kick your spurs into your steed and charge forward. sword waving. It's beautiful, it's glorious. It will go down in the history books forever. It's over almost instantly. A dozen flashing blades chop you into dog food. 1,000 heavy boots march over you, crushing you into paste. But for a moment there, you really felt like a king. The last ride of the Lord Render. And that's going to be it for King Bjarne, but now it is your time, my nobles, to decide who will ascend the throne. Will it be Melcher of the Grandees, or will it be Julian of the Patricians? I have a feeling that this clash between Grandees and Chiefs are going to push people towards voting for the Patrician in order to avoid. A vote for Julian is a vote for ties to the OG Doomfalls, by the way. Anyways, that's why I'm voting A. Well, Julian is from the Sparse Corruption family. Right? I have a feeling that people are... Yeah, I think that people are voting for Julian because they want to stop the cycle of revenge between Grandees and Chiefs. Smart choice. We'll see how that goes though. Can we get info on Julian? What kind of person was Julian? And I think it's pretty decisive. Let's go. Oh my god, look at that. With the rebellion garment here. No, I mean, what was the history, you know, in the event? Yeah, exactly, the compromise candidate. And that's going to be it. Good game, everybody. GG. And congrats to the Patricians for sneaking in the victory and placing their claimant on the throne. I'm very excited for this. Oh my god. I really thought, at the start of the stream, I really thought, okay, this is gonna be it. This is gonna end. Tonight the Dynasty probably ends, and next week we do the wrap-up, and then we have a couple months to chill. I would have never expected things to go to shit this badly. Oh my god. Oh my god. King Bjarne's last doomed glorious charge against the Grandees would go down in history, not as an especially smart move, but a brave one. And I'm not gonna read the others because they're partial. Congrats to the Grandees. Yeah, I'd love if somebody went back and told me what the introduction to Julian was. King Bjarne the Usurped. I feel King Bjarne the Doomed, to be honest. The Usurped is also pretty good, though. Powerful entrepreneur. Oh, you're right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, perfect Sparse Corruption character. Doomed is good too, right? Powerful entrepreneur. Oh my god. Unquestionable claimant. There you go. Thank you. Fantastic. Nobles. We have the richest. Look who it is. Sparse Corruption, of course. The family of the new monarch. And then we have Skelter Condition being the poorest one. And this is... Is it King Julian? Yeah, King Julian. King Julian. Taking control of a devastated kingdom. Oh my god. Yeah, so about those afflictions. Let me tell you what happens right at the end of the last battle of the rebellion. after the last doomed charge of King Bjarne. Well, let me grab my notes here. Oh, right. So, remember how they said the capital is partly collapsed. There are people fighting everywhere. There are fires in half of the city. Well, at the end of the fight, Bjarne is killed, and the rebels are victorious, and they declare the rebellion over, and people stop fighting, right? And they gather towards the palace, and they start gathering water, and they put out all the fires. And as they start putting out all the fires from the top of the palace, people can see countless other fires starting up all around the kingdom. Yeah. Small and large fires start in brushes, woods, forests, houses, and rage on uncontrolled. Yeah. We didn't have fire yet. And in the ocean, no. Ocean keeps boiling. And I'm going to tell you this right away, right? So after a little while that these fires are starting, you will come to realize, the nobles come to realize, so you can already roleplay this, that the fires are originated by small animals. Small, medium, large animals that all of a sudden collapse on the ground and start smoldering. So animals all across the kingdom. All kind of animals. Oh, the beasts start smoldering secretly, and some of them happen to catch fire. You know, happen to start fires. Just normal animals. Completely indistinguishable by other animals. But every now and then, one of them collapses to the ground, starts twitching, and then starts smoking and smoldering and becomes so hot. Like an ember. Like a living ember. Red. So hot that if it is next to something flammable, a fire starts. Boiling rivers, lakes and coasts, ashen crops, toxic chasms, burning people, burning landscape from animals. Yep. Pre-cooked meat, yeah. The beast's part of the seal is almost broken, first being battered by the ashen and boiling afflictions, now directly is under an affliction. Yep. Yep. Yes, indeed. Wooden bridges are just gonna burn away? I mean, it depends on whether an animal starts smoldering on them. But those are not super flammable, right? Like, focus on things that have like hay, for instance, stables, high risk of burning. Stables are at a very high risk of burning. What else? Animal pens in general. Forests, right? Forests are filled with small animals. All it takes is a squirrel who starts smoldering on some dry leaves, and we have a forest fire, you know? So hunting is probably going to be incentivized. in this situation, right? People might find ways to identify these animals. Who knows? Still, there's so many that you won't be able to hunt all down, but it's kind of fucked up that did I say definitely? Yeah. It is fucked up. It is fucked up. It is narratively fucked up. Yeah, hardwood, I don't think it would. Yeah. All right. Summer fields are going to create seas of flames as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of RP you write for this kind of stuff, because I think it can have a lot of repercussions in a lot of different ways based on the region you are in. So I'm very curious to see what you create and what you imagine. All right, and this is our latest affliction that will start mere minutes, maybe an hour, not even, after the death of King Bjarne. Oh, Steel, you missed a huge mess. Go back and rewatch the episode. It's gonna be worth it, trust me. All right. So we're gonna be wrapping up here, but don't go anywhere, because we're gonna be starting the next one right away, because we need that to edit the save files, all right? So don't go anywhere. We're gonna be joining the new one right away. All right. Whew, this was quite something. This was quite an eventful episode. I am so excited. I don't know how I can go to bed now. Like, it's 1:20. And I have to work in like 7 hours. No, 8 hours. I'm probably gonna sleep like 5 hours. I don't know. I'm so excited. I'm too excited. This was really cool. Yeah, the kingdom was doing so well. And now it's not anymore. Yep. Still, rewatch the episode. This was, everybody. This was episode 5 of the Doomfall Dynasty. Thank you so much for playing and for destroying the kingdom with me. Let's see what can happen in episode 6. I wonder if y'all will still try to force your hand and try to recover from an extremely dire situation. Just to have a quick look at things. We started the kingdom. We started the reign with 1 region below the threshold of success, and we ended with, I think, at least 3, probably 4 or 5. So it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to raise all the stats to the right levels in only 2 reigns. So it might be worth it to start considering regional quests as well. So take a look at those, consider them, talk about that on Discord, and I hope to see you next time to decide what the fate of the kingdom is going to be in the Doomfall Dynasty. Thank you for playing. I'll see you next time.